This week on Greyhound View, we review the semi-finals of the BoyleSports Champion Stakes from Shelbourne Park, the finals of the Cashman's 575 from Cork, and the Red Mill's Tipperary Cup from Thurles. We also see how Curraheen performs in her debut race. But first, we head to Newbridge for the final of the Cox Cup. The Cox Cup came to its conclusion last Friday night at the Newbridge Stadium, offering €25,000 plus an impressive trophy to the winner. All eyes were on the locally trained Simply Vintage, who won all her heats throughout this event.
In one Simply Vintage, this the even money favourite, trained by Reggie Roberts, owned by Anne Greaves and Susan Griffiths in England. She's the daughter of Vintage Prince and Simply Free. In two, we have Rummy Lad, trained by Mark Robinson for Sheila Dowling and Kildare. This, a consistent son of Come On Ranger and Redwood Sarah, a 9-to-1 chance. Trap 3 is Hiliska Highlander, one of two representatives for Paul Hennessy, this one owned by Jacqueline McCann in Wexford, a son of Spire Nikita and Daly's Heartthrob. In 4, we have the second Reggie Roberts trained runner, First Charter, a son of Jamela Prince and Newbridge Girl. He possesses fine pace, he's won 7 of his 17 starts and he's 6-to-1. In 5, Mr. Mercedes, trained by Mary Gilbert for Patricia Crane and Down. This, a powerful son of Stapler's Joe and Blushing Flame. He's also won 7 of his 17. He's a 14-to-1 chance. And in 6, Cool Gamble, the second Paul Hennessy trained runner, owned by Anne Cox here in Newbridge. This, a son of Stapler's Joe and Old Inn Baba, ideally drawn in the stripes, a 4-to-1 chance. The runners now in traps for the final of the Cox Cup, the favourite in one Simply Vintage. A very level start. First Charter shows in front. Number 1 going up well on the inside. Simply Vintage, a very level run to the turn. On the corner, it's number 1 Simply Vintage now. Push them off, and she takes up the lead. She leads from number 2 Rummy Lad. In third, number 3 Hiliska Highlander. Then comes 4 First Charter. But out front, it's 1 Simply Vintage. The favourite is 4 lengths clear of number 2 Rummy Lad, who's now making ground into the third corner. In third, number 3 Hiliska Highlander. But turning for home, it's the favourite Simply Vintage. Now down to a length her lead. Number 2 Rummy Lad coming with each run. But out front, it's number 1 Simply Vintage. She takes it. Second, number 2 Rummy Lad, and third, number 3 Hiliska Highlander. 30:08, the winning time. And the result of the final of the Cox Cup, 1 Simply Vintage the winner. Second, number 2 Rummy Lad. Third, number 3 Hiliska Highlander. 30:08, the winning time. This race was won and lost at the opening corner. After a very level start, First Charter came away well, number 2 Rummy Lad, but just look at them into the corner. There are almost 6 of them in a line, but Simply Vintage, well, she was in the perfect position on the rails. And once she gave number 2 Rummy Lad a bump, he bumped 3 Hiliska Highlander. All of a sudden, Simply Vintage is left on her own. And that was it. The 550-yard record holder here at Newbridge, as well as the 525 record holder, she wasn't going to be caught. And she stayed on really strongly to hold the persistent challenge of Rummy Lad and the late run of Hiliska Highlander. Her winning time, 30:08, and a very deserving winner of the 2003 Cox Cup Simply Vintage.
Every trainer gets an extra buzz from a win at his local track, and Reggie Roberts is no exception.
She's made up for her failure in the woodies, but she stuck her foot in the traps and missed the break completely and gone turned right head over heels to the bend. And tonight I actually didn't look at the break because I was so nervous, and I'm usually not like, but tonight I was. But when I saw her going in front around the first bend, I said, yeah, that's good. She runs very well here. She's been sparkling around here. Like when the bitch is in form and she's running the top of her form, it's brilliant. It's marvellous to win the Cox Cup. We as youngsters, we used to come over here and watch the Cox Cup, and it was the big night of the year, and it's always been. It's marvellous to win it.
The life and times of a greyhound. Cool Amber is a sapling playing with her litter sister at New Park Stud. Then onto the track for her first official trial, which she won in a time of 30:73. And next it's her debut to her racing career, which took place earlier last week at Harold's Cross, running from trap 5.
The hare now on the way for the opening race here at Harold's Cross. In 1, Barrett's Fancy. 2 is Suitable Angel. In 3, Bam Bam. In 4, Nicky Win 1. In 5, Cool Amber representing the Greyhound View team. And 6, Heron's Bridge. The hare up behind traps and away they go. And first to show is trap number 5, Cool Amber. She leads to the corner. Number 6, Heron's Bridge going up 1 and 2nd. Back in 3rd we have number 2, Suitable Angel. Around the opening corners. Number 5, Cool Amber leads. Number 6, Heron's Bridge in chase. Then comes number 2, Suitable Angel. Down the far side. And number 6 now, Heron's Bridge powering to the front. From number 5, Cool Amber. In 3rd, number 2, Suitable Angel. Into the 3rd corner. Number 6, Heron's Bridge leads by a length and a half. Number 5, Cool Amber coming back with a renewed challenge. Further back to number 3, Bam Bam, but around the final corner. And Cool Amber now challenging Heron's Bridge. Coming to the line, Cool Amber leads. Here comes number 3 on the outside, Bam Bam. But Cool Amber gets there. 2nd, number 3, Bam Bam. And 3rd, number 6, Heron's Bridge. 29.81, the winning time.
She ran her an absolute cracker. Delighted with her, delighted for all involved from Greyhound View. Thought at the last bend we might be caught, but she kicked on bravely and got up to do the business. Hopefully now we'll go sprinting with her. We'll bring her back to the home patch Newbridge in a couple of weeks and go forward from there with her.
The final of the Cashman's 575 took place at Curraheen Park in Cork last weekend with a prize of €15,000 and a trophy to the winner. Mal Keaveney takes us through the lineup.
First in the picture we have the top class bitch that is 3 Bells Hell, a daughter of Split the Bill and Judy's Tidings, owned and trained in County Kerry by Liam Kearns, seems to be well housed. Next up, it's the likely outsider Word of God for Francis O'Donnell in County Tipperary, a son of Vintage Prince and Batty's Spirit. In the white jacket, it's Droopy's Ferdy, a 100% record for this one in the stake, trained by Owen McKenna for David Miles in County Tipperary, a son of Jonestown Cash and Droopy's Andrea. This one has smashing all-round pace. Next, it's Sign-On Starlet, a bitch, the daughter of Sign-On Freddy and Sign-On Faye, trained by Francis O'Donnell for Raymond Patterson. In the orange jacket, it's Confident Choice. This one is also unbeaten in the stake, a runner-up in the Laurels, owned by Elizabeth Bodie in Glen, County Limerick, and trained for her by Paul Hennessy. And finally, Air Force James for Keith Doherty in Dublin, and again Paul Hennessy, the trainer, a real outsider here in this race, a son of Top Honcho and Milona Puma. In front of a packed Curraheen Park here in Cork, dogs are in traps. The Owen McKenna runner, Droopy's Ferdy, is our favourite, or thereabouts. He's running in box 3. Here comes towards traps and he bounces out very, very well down the centre. Out they go now. And it's Sign-On Starlet now that leads from 3 Bells Hell into the opening corner. Confident Choice also well in contention. But it's a Sign-On Starlet being pursued by 3 Bells Hell. Word of God is in 3rd. Air Force James moves into 4th spot, where our leader is Sign-On Starlet, an upset on the cards. 3 Bells Hell beginning to close, but off the final turn it's Sign-On Starlet now. 3 Bells Hell up towards the line. This is going to be a very polished win by Sign-On Starlet. Air Force James 2nd, Word of God possibly in there for 3rd. Confirmation now of the result of the final of the Cashman 575. A win for Sign-On Starlet. Air Force James 2nd, Word of God 3rd, the time 30.67. A nice win for you here at Curraheen Park in Cork. You don't be here all that often.
No, Mel, we don't be here that often, but when we come down we get great reception. People are very nice and we love coming down. It's brilliant to win here tonight. I thought she was unlucky the last night now, and then I was saying if she'd win the short head she'd win in trap 1, and she's a railer. So I think it worked out for the best that she was in 4th tonight. She seemed to come away very fast out of 4. When she hit the front it was all over. Like, she's a very strong stayer, so I couldn't see anything picking her up when she led.
I said to Matt and Francis O'Donnell, can you try and find me a bitch to win the Oaks? And Matt phoned me up and said, I've just heard about this bitch that's done a really fast time at Thurles. And he said there's 2 conditions attached to it. The breeder said you have to keep the same name, Sign-On Starlight, and I have to have it back for breeding at the end of the day. And 16,000 paid for it, and I bought it. Everybody said, what a waste of money. But Matt O'Donnell said this would be its year. And of course he's been proved completely right, hasn't he?
In part 2, we bring you all the action from Shelbourne Park, plus the final of the Tipperary Cup.
Shelbourne Park last Saturday night was the scene of a mighty night's racing. The semi-finals, of course, of the BoyleSports Champion Stakes dominated matters, but the supporting card was absolutely top class. For instance, there were the semi-finals of the Bernard Barry Winner of Two Stake, a competition that had produced some great running up to this stage. In the first semi-final, Top Bow was all the talk, unbeaten after 4 runs, a flying starter. But as you watch here, he picked the wrong night to miss it. Number 2, Top Bow, not getting his break at all. Candy Kisses taking it up on the run to the bend, and Ballymacbruno joining issue. But Top Bow ran a very brave race to qualify.
Candy Kisses, 5 Ballymacbruno on the favourite Top Bow in third. It's number 4 Candy Kisses turning for home from Top Bow and Ballymacbruno. It's neck and neck for second spot as Candy Kisses continues to lead up the straight. Candy Kisses wins it. It's close for second between Top Bow and Ballymacbruno. The time is 28.90.
In the second semi-final, Two Shanes was the favourite on the outside in trap 6. Not normally a very good starter, and once again he broke slowly. But number 2, Bullet's Bill, flew out of traps. A lot of trouble at the corner where the well-fancied Droopy DiMaggio took a fall, and Bullet's Bill went on to win from Two Shanes.
Two Shanes, who got a glorious run around the opening corner, and they feel really strung out here. As number 2, Bullet's Bill, still leading and going to hold Two Shanes, who finds very little coming home. A flash camera going off there at the line. Number 3, the other Domino, comes from the next parish to claim third. The time 28.69.
The third semi-final, all the attention was on the outside boxes, within trap 5, Glensky Honcho, a fast starter, but also one of the widest runners in the country. Always dives to his outside on the run-up, and the favourite in 6, Chief's Order. The big question, could he avoid Glensky Honcho on the run-up and avoid big trouble? Well, it was Glensky Honcho who came out very fast. Chief's Order made a bit of a mess of the start, but worse was to happen at the bend.
Going into the corner. Oh, there's number 3 is down and badly hampers number 6, and at least 5 clear out front. Glensky Honcho has a turn for home with number 5 out front. Glensky Honcho wins this one. Number 4 Early Hawk is second, and number 1 Point of Law is third. The time 28.90.
The draw for the final of the Bernard Barry Stake to be run on Thursday night in 1 Early Hawk, 2 Bullet's Bill, 3 Top Bow, 4 Candy Kisses, in 5 Two Shanes, and 6 Glensky Honcho. And now we move on to the BoyleSports Champion Stakes. This great stake, 18 runners, €40,000 for the winner. A big stake in its own, but a great preparation for the Derby itself. The first semi-final of the BoyleSports Champion Stakes. In 1 World Class, in 2 10 men, 3 1 yard, 4 Droopy's Agassi, 5 Serene Rumble, and in 6 Diego Glory. The hair up behind traps. And their awareness, number 4, Droopy's Agassi, but 5 Serene Rumble with them, and Serene Rumble leads to the corner. Droopy's Agassi in trouble. It's Serene Rumble, number 5, gets around the corner in front from 1 World Class in second. Now 3 1 yard moves into second. Down the far side, it's 5 Serene Rumble clear from 3 1 yard. On the inside, World Class produces a big run. Droopy's Agassi battling on the outside, but turning for home. Serene Rumble, he's away and gone. An impressive performance again from Serene Rumble. Out front, number 1 World Class running a big race in second, and 4 Droopy's Agassi in third. But a brilliant run from Serene Rumble as he wins in 29.66. A really powerful effort. The result of the first semi-final of the BoyleSports Champion Stakes. The winner, Serene Rumble, mighty impressive, owned by Eddie Ryan. Second, number 1 World Class, and third, number 4 Droopy's Agassi. Time 29.66. The start vital here. We expected Droopy's Agassi to fly out in front, but it was Serene Rumble who really came away racing at this stage. Droopy's Agassi quite well away. It seemed to get a little bump there with number 3 1 yard, but now once Serene Rumble led into the bend, this was all over. The puppy World Class in second spot at this stage. Now they're trying to get a run in behind. 1 yard now moves second from 4 Droopy's Agassi and 1 World Class down the back. But 1 Serene Rumble was in front. The race was as good as over. Our 9th race, the second semi-final of the BoyleSports Champion Stakes. In 1 Dita Davy, 2 Born a Pilot, 3 King's Cadet, 4 Bucky Burglar, in 5 Climate Control, and 6 Anamore Billy. The favourites in 5, Climate Control. Here's the hair behind traps, and he's out like a shot. It's Climate Control off to a sensational start. 3 King's Cadet is second, 4 Bucky Burglar third. Born a Pilot is at the rear and gets badly balked and is out of contention as number 5, Climate Control, enters the back straight with a lead of 2.5 lengths from Bucky Burglar in second. 6 Anamore Billy is showing pace in third, and then number 3, King's Cadet. Around the second last bend is Climate Control, but Bucky Burglar is coming to challenge on the final bend. It's Climate Control in front, Bucky Burglar is second. Coming to the line, Climate Control from Bucky Burglar with 6 Anamore Billy is third. The time 29.71. The result of that second semi-final, the winner, number 5, Climate Control, owned by Kevin Smith and Aidan O'Regan. Second, number 4, Bucky Burglar. And third, number 6, Anamore Billy. Time 29.71. Well, the start really decided this one. Climate Control getting off to a flyer, but Born a Pilot making an absolute disaster of his start. 3, King's Cadet going up in second. Bucky Burglar, he's challenging for second. What a race he ran. And Anamore Billy in 4th place. He didn't come away well either. There you see Born a Pilot absolutely murdered on the corner by Dita Davy. And into the far side, it looked as if it was all over. Climate Control out front. But what a race Bucky Burglar was to run. Coming off the final bend, Bucky Burglar had closed again right up behind Climate Control. Climate drifted wide off the final bend. Could we have an upset, we thought, but Climate Control ran on strongly again to the line to hold Bucky Burglar by a length and a half, and Anamore Billy in third. Our final race, the last heat of the BoyleSports Champion Stakes. In 1, Priceless Rebel. 2, Simply Vintage. 3, Chestnut Jet. 4, Magical Captain. 5, Droopy's Usher. And 6, Charlie Bird. The hare coming up behind Traps. They're away, and it's number 4, Out Fast, Magical Captain. 1 on the far side, Priceless Rebel well away. Number 5, Droopy's Usher going up well to the corner. But on the opening bend, it's number 4, Magical Captain out front. Priceless Rebel moves into second place. Then comes 2, Simply Vintage. Charlie Bird is at the rear as they head down towards the third bend. It's Magical Captain still in front, but here's Priceless Rebel flying to challenge. Checks on the third bend though. It's still Magical Captain in front. Priceless Rebel now going through on the inside. Simply Vintage just in behind. And here's Charlie Bird arriving late, but to the line. Priceless Rebel very close with number 2, Simply Vintage, and 4, Magical Captain on the outside, Charlie Bird. It's a close one, but it looks as though Priceless Rebel might just have held on. The time 30.02. And the result of the third semi-final, the winner, number 1, Priceless Rebel, owned by Kathleen Murphy. Second, number 4, Magical Captain. And third, number 2, Simply Vintage. Time 30.02. Well, a thrilling race this was, with Magical Captain getting off to a very fast start. Charlie Bird, as usual, making his slow exit. Number 1, Priceless Rebel on his comeback race in second place on the way up with 5, Droopy's Usher. But around the corner, Magical Captain out clear, but Priceless Rebel really maintaining his position well on the inside, closing the gap already. Simply Vintage there on the inside, and then Chestnut Jet. But once Magical Captain in front here, and once Priceless Rebel was in his slipstream now, well, he looked the obvious winner at this stage. But Priceless Rebel just checking there between the final 2 bends, and it's Magical Captain still with the advantage from Priceless Rebel, and just look in behind, they're all closing up in behind. 2, Simply Vintage, 3, Chestnut Jet, and then with this flying late finish, Charlie Bird, number 6. But coming to the line, oh, how close it is, they're virtually in the line. Priceless Rebel just doing it, a length between the 5 of them. The trap draw for the final next Saturday has resulted: 1, Priceless Rebel, 2, World Class, 3, Bucky Burglar, in 4, Serene Rumble, 5, Climate Control, and 6, Magical Captain. Well, superb racing here at Shelbourne, with Serene Rumble doing a memorable run. The Climate Control also very, very good. It looks a 2-dog race perhaps in the final. Colin O'Brien from BoyleSports. Would that be your reaction, Colin?
I'd have to agree there, Michael. You know, very impressive, the 2 dogs tonight. Climate Control clocked, although the slower time, 29.71 to Serene Rumble's 29.66. We've installed Climate Control, our 11 to 10 favourite, with Serene Rumble at 7 to 4, 6 to 1 bar. It's hard to look beyond the top 2, you know.
Really looks a 2-dog race, doesn't it?
It does, you know. You could, World Class run a nice race from trap 1, could give it a chance, but it's hard to look beyond the top 2 in the betting, you know.
There you have the prices, Climate Control and Serene Rumble, the eights between them. Will it be? The final next Saturday night. It should be a thriller.
The last of the finals from a busy weekend was that of the Red Mills and Thurles Co-op Tipperary Cup, which was held at the Thurles track on Sunday night. This event carried a winner's prize of €20,000. Mal Keaveney was there.
First in the red jacket, it's Dalcash Ken. This one appears to be ideally housed in box 1. The trainer, Georgina Goodall, and it's a son of Chart King and Creskill Lady. Next we have Droopy's Joel. Fraser Black, the trainer, one of 2 runners for Fraser Black here tonight. Terrific back straight pace this one possesses. A son of Droopy's Kuhl and Droopy's Chloe. Running in the white jacket for Liam Ramsbottom, we have Take a Right, the track record holder around this particular circuit. A son of Honcho Classic and Stay Sharp. Winner of its semi-final last weekend in 28.72 is Lissaroon Superb. It's locally owned and trained by Dennis O'Mara out the road here in Britis, a son of Mustang Yank and Lissaroon Rose. Another local runner is Killahara Dream for the K&K Syndicate here in Tipperary, and trained for them by Michael O'Donovan. again a winner in its semi-final in 28.80, a son of Smooth Rumble and Black Ice Girl. And finally we have our likely favourite, that's Kilross Memory. It's owned by a syndicate in County Derry and the trainer Fraser Black, a son of Top Honcho and Local Trend. All set so for the final of the Red Mills and Thurles Co-op Tipperary Cup of 2003. With 10 wins from 17 starts, our favourite runs from box 6. That's the Fraser Black runner, Kilross Memory. Here comes towards Straps and he's left behind. Lissaroon Superb is out well. So too Killahara Dream. Very close between this pair at the opening bend. It is Killahara Dream that goes on from Lissaroon Superb. Dal Cashken is back in third, but our leader is Killahara Dream, a local runner here, being pursued by Lissaroon Superb. Two local runners, and they head for the third bend. It's Killahara Dream going on from Lissaroon Superb into the home straight now. It's Killahara Dream. Lissaroon Superb up towards the line. Killahara Dream wins it from Lissaroon Superb, and Droopy's Jewel is third. A check now on the result is victory for Killahara Dream, second Lissaroon Superb, and third Droopy's Jewel. The winning time only 9 spots off the record here in Thurles, 28.52. Michael, a wonderful win for Tipperary, 1-2 for Tipperary, but from your point of view, Killahara Dream, a very good winner here tonight.
Yeah, he just got out and everything went his way, and if he broke, he was going to win.
Kilross Memory in box 6 didn't break beside him.
I don't know, I was only watching this fella.
Any fears down the back straight that he might be caught?
No, not really. Once he was in front, hope that I was fairly confident that he stayed there.
It's very nice to win here in your own home county on a day of double celebration for Tipperary, really, with the hurlers winning as well.
Yeah, I think he was more impressive than the hurlers now.
2.5 years ago, I was walking down the town, and I said I'd buy Breed a Christmas present, and she said she didn't want anything. I run into Pat Carey, and he has 3 dogs in the back of the Jeep, 3 little pups. And he said, will you come half share? No, I says, but I know a woman that will. And that was her Christmas present.
When the dogs came on the scene first, I said that I would always choose my own Christmas present after that, but I think I leave it up to himself now. Been very lucky, and it's great to be here.
I just said to him, as a friend, if he wanted to go shares or whatever, I only bought it for the crack out of the blue, you know. And so it worked out super. Just great stuff, you know. Can't believe it.
On behalf of the Thurles track directors, Kevin Dwan made a special presentation to the outgoing Chief Executive of Bordagon, Michael Field, and his wife, Mary. It is a painting by Brian Riles of 2 dogs closely associated with Michael Field. Kyle Jack, who won the Irish Derby for the Field family back in 1986, and his son, Moaning Lad, the winner of the English Derby in 1995.
And that's all for this week's programme, but join us next week for the final of the Red Mills Open 600 from Enniscorthy, the semi-finals of the Paddy Byrne Memorial 550 Stake from Tralee, plus lots of action from Shelbourne Park to include the final of the BoyleSports Champion Stake.